everyone, Yota Nikolaidou here and welcome to another episode of your Security Boost, in which we demystify security and simplify protection for your personal and business valuable assets. I hope you're having a fantastic day and thank you so much for tuning in. So in today's episode, I would like to share with you the 10 most dangerous mistakes large corporations make about their security. Mistake number 1. Trusting systems too much. We are in a completely new era of attacks. All the traditional solutions in the industry can protect you only from specific types of attacks, the known ones. Anything that is not a known bug, and with bug I'm referring to a potential hole for an attack, is called a zero-day and is not discoverable. There is no system worldwide which can offer you 100% protection, especially from 0 days, no matter how many promises security experts might make to you in order to sell it, unless they completely change the existing technology. In fact, I have an article explaining all that linked to this episode. Moreover, putting too much trust into systems opens a new level of threats to the latter. Why? Psychologically, you are caught off guard when you rely on a system to stop an attack and it fails to do so. Thus, you won't be able to stop it either because you expect that your system will take care of it. Mistake number 2. Considering only software level security. Yes, many people believe that attacks happen only at the software level. Indeed, that was the case mostly in the past. However, new attacks or large organizations are much more sophisticated. Why? Because the hackers are aware that you have implemented some security measures, which is mainly systems, so they need to get a bit more creative and advanced. Being a hardware designer gave me insight into another level of attacks that are undiscoverable at the software level, hardware level attacks. Traditional ones require some skill to be carried out, but recently there are many tools on the darknet that make it much easier for cyber criminals to attack you at hardware level as well. Furthermore, for the sophisticated attacks, hackers need to get in closer proximity to your business premises. Therefore, you must set up your physical security as well. In fact, if you are a large corporation, you need holistic security. Mistake number 3. Forgetting the human factor. Human factor is a fancy word for your insiders. You, your employees, and any person who interacts actively with your organization, from your collaborators, external providers, and support, are your insiders. I indeed mentioned it above that hackers need to get more creative to attack you. It does not mean that because you are a more difficult target, they want to spend more time, resources, money, and bear higher risk to attack you. That is why they prefer to examine and evaluate the behavior of your insiders, find an opening, and without you knowing it, you will have a Trojan horse. This is the number 1 methodology they use, which makes it your top priority to train your insiders in order to avoid triggering attacks. It's called secure behavior training, and it is the only way you avoid triggering attacks orchestrated by a cyber criminal against you. According to statistics, 8 out of 10 attacks are triggered by your insiders, of which 7 are done by mistake and just 1 on purpose. Mistake number 4. Believing insurance is your safety net. Insurance is an additional measure companies usually implement as soon as they have everything in place. However, believing that insurance will cover your serious holes in security is a mistaken belief. Security insurances are kind of new based on the current needs, yet no insurance is giving money for free. So after an attack, an investigator from the insurance company will visit your company to investigate the conditions which caused the breach. If you did not put the appropriate measures in place, they will pay you nothing. If you did, you will get insurance payment. However, your insurance fees will most probably get higher because your risk level is much higher now. Thus, insurance can be a great measure if you have covered your security seriously. In any other case, you're just wasting money. Mistake number 5. Not having a strategy of action in place. In the past, corporate security could be, generally speaking, covered with just a few systems, very basic ones. Now it gets more advanced and complicated and requires a plan of action in order to set priorities and include all the correct components. These include the right personnel to set it up, maintain and monitor it, personnel training and protecting your physical facility, among others. All these cannot be done in a random manner or from a technical support personnel who, in most cases, do not have the knowledge or time to deal with all this. That is why it's time for a security strategy, a plan of action for your security. Mistake number 6. Being prepared only on paper. An important part of any security strategic plan is to prepare for a disaster, meaning specific steps you will take in case an attack happens. Now hear me out. Every serious security professional knows that it is not possible to stop all attacks. That is why they prepare an organization to discover an attack as soon as possible and recover as fast as possible with the least impact. However, this plan is not something you should have only on paper. You should train consistently to be able to get the full effectiveness of your plan when an attack does take place. Mistake number 7. Having too much data and no measures to protect it effectively. Large corporations usually deal with huge amounts of data. That data comes with a responsibility which most of the organizations do not take seriously. This is why 2018 is the year new regulations regarding data are being established. Fees and legal suits will be applied if the regulations are not covered by companies of any size. And this is just the start. Security and data protection is taking center stage with more regulations currently under preparation. I can guarantee you that security without data consideration and analysis is not serious, and it will just waste your money, time, and energy, eventually jeopardizing the survival of your business. Mistake number 8. A boardroom with no clear picture of the business security levels. In the past, security was a responsibility of a person or a team. Yet, it was not so crucial for business survival to need a place in the boardroom. Nowadays, it is mandatory. Plus, the CEO and everyone in the boardroom of the company needs to have a clear picture of the business security levels and the plan of action in case the security is compromised. Mistake number 9. Having too many dependencies out of control. Unfortunately, the philosophy of the majority of companies is to have many external providers and to purchase more systems in preparation or after an attack. This is just catastrophic for your protection levels. Why? Well, we have this rule in security that says that the more interdependencies you have in your security, the higher is your threat level. This is for 2 reasons. The first reason is that more products mean you need more educated personnel to set them up, monitor, and control them. And the second reason is that it is introducing the third-party outsider danger, which you cannot control. Mistake number 10. Not understanding that security is a factor that can completely destroy your business. Organizations fail because of many reasons, but there is a current relationship between cyber attacks and business failure which is important for you to know. The impact of an attack can be short-term or long-term and can affect a business in terms of time, reputation, legal suits, and regulation. The worst of all, though, is business closure, and unfortunately, this is a current trend. Lack of security is the biggest threat for business survival. And now, I would love to hear from you. From the 10 mistakes we talked about, which one is most important and urgent for you to focus on right now? Let's talk about it in the comments below. In order to give you your security boost, I need your feedback about your pain points, frustrations, problems, and issues related to security. So head over to the fantastic lounge of iotanikolaidu.com and leave a comment now. And while you are there, be sure to secure your place on our email list and become an insider. You are going to get access to some exclusive content, giveaways, and some updates that I do not talk about anywhere else. Remember, security is a thinking process. It is a state of mind. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will catch up with you on the next episode of Your Security Boost. Until the next time we connect, stay safe.